So we're going to discuss some diaphragm pelvic floor breathing, how they are going to work together in this exercise. So think about your diaphragm. It is under your ribs here, right? And then you've got your hips down here at the bottom. A very fancy little skeleton. Okay, so your diaphragm sits right up under here, kind of like this, like an umbrella. And then your pelvic floor, of course, fills up all of your space down here in your pelvis. All right, so when you inhale through the lungs, widen through the ribs, this diaphragm is gonna fill up and press down, right? It's gonna fill up, it's gonna press down on all those organs down into the pelvic floor. So when you inhale, it's gonna have to push this pelvic floor down as well. Now when you exhale, we're going to send the diaphragm back up in conjunction with the pelvic floor going back up, all right? So you've just got this constant. We're gonna inhale, feel the diaphragm, loosen the pelvic floor. We're gonna exhale, everything's gonna pull up just like a little string, all right? So we're gonna do this laying down. We're also gonna do this sitting, but I want you to just really focus on your breath. I also want you to focus when you're laying down on that neutral pelvis, all right? So I don't want you super arched. I don't want your back pressed down into the floor. See how my hips kind of come up? There's no way I can keep this nice and flat. So to kind of help you get an idea, think about you're sitting a teacup right here at the base of your pelvis, right here at this triangle. You can also lay your hands down. If your fingertips are coming up higher than your thumbs, then you know you're rotated too much. If your thumbs are higher than your fingertips, you know it's too much. So you want to find that in between. So you can take a few breaths, do inhale and exhale, find both of those, and then we're gonna find that neutral in the middle, okay? With this, we're gonna inhale. Think about really feeling the lungs widening through the ribs, and I want you to actively think about relaxing your pelvic floor down, and then as you exhale, we're just slightly gonna pull everything back up. Notice my hips don't change position. So we're gonna inhale, everything relaxes through the bottom, and then exhale, everything just picks back up. Visualization helps a lot there, especially if you're used to constantly having your pelvic floor tight all the time. You may actually find it really hard to relax that pelvic floor as you inhale, right? You may find that you tend to breathe the opposite, or breathe in and out with that pelvic floor tight, 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 tight. So we want to sit up tall. We can do the seated. When you do the seated, you can do it on the floor too, but I want to make sure you've got access to your sits bones, because again, we need that neutral pelvis. I don't want you rocked back forward with a straight spine or a rounded spine, and I don't want you like super way out where your ribs are jutting out into the wall, right? Just think nice and tall. Somebody's pulling the top of your hair. You're sitting nice and tall. You're on your sits bones. If you need to move the booty out of the way, go for it. And again, we're gonna inhale. Fill everything up as we relax our pelvic floor down into the chair. So I want you to actually feel everything sort of slightly pushed down towards the chair. And then when you exhale, you're gonna pick it back up. Now make sure you've got kind of three sections. You've got your front section, you've got your middle, and then you've got your posterior section where your anus is. So you may find that you're excessively tight in the front and a little loose in the back. So kind of pay attention to trying to inhale, relax all of it, pay attention to what easily relaxes and what doesn't. Kind of center your focus there for whatever's not relaxing easily. And then as you exhale, draw it all back up. We're not going for some like mega kegel, like I'm not going tense here. Just nice inhale, relax, and exhale, gentle pull. About 20% contraction, nothing super crazy.